Hello everyone, Bryce Ethan White here, and welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we're going to be doing something completely different. Today we're going to be going on a tier list and ranking these albums from worst to best, or best to worst, however you want to put it. Yes, we're on tierlist.com today, people. We're going to be ranking these albums. This is a tier list that I made, and these are albums that I chose. These are the albums that I've listened to. And I'm going to be ranking them from 1 through 10. Which do I think is the best? Which do I think is the worst? And by the way, these are all my opinion, alright? All my opinion. And I already feel like I'm going to get roasted for this video right here because everyone's picky. But I'm still going to do it. I still want to share my thoughts on these albums. And which one do I think is the best one? Which do I think is the most trash? Yeah, I'm gonna get roasted for this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I got like 43 different albums. Don't mind the copy and paste. I don't know why I did that. So we're gonna start off with Thriller by Michael Jackson. 10 out of 10 album, no explanation needed, moving on. Okay, I'm just playing with y'all. This album is a cinematic masterpiece right here. I mean, so many great tracks like, you know, the self-titled track, Thriller. Then we have great other tracks like Billie Jean, Pretty Young Thing. Let's see, what else? Oh, Human Nature. That's another great track on this album. Michael Jackson is the GOAT. Rest in peace. Yeah, listen, I wasn't around when Michael Jackson was coming up or in his prime, like at his peak. I didn't know about Michael Jackson until after his death. I remember the times where my mother would put on Michael Jackson, like when she's cleaning the house, or a few songs from his discography would play on the radio. Now that I'm older and giving his albums a listen, it was a great album. Cinematic masterpiece right here, 10 out of 10. Moving on. Okay, I'm gonna choose randomly right here. Certified Lover Boy by Drake. 3 out of 10. This album was complete garbage. And it was boring. Like, first of all, what even is this album cover right here? It looks terrible. What was he thinking choosing this album cover? And Certified Lover Boy? Dude, what were you thinking while choosing that title? Drake is a grown-ass man pushing 40. This was one of the worst and most boring albums I've ever heard. I mean, the only tracks I liked off this album was Knife Talk and Fair Train. And one of the worst lyrics on this album, saying you're a lesbian girl, me too. Like, what does that even mean, Drake? What does that even mean, sir? Yeah, this was probably one of the worst albums from his that he ever released. Igor by Tyler the Creator, 8 out of 10. Now listen, I think this is one of his best albums to this day. Even still to this day, I still think this is one of his best albums that he's ever released. You had hits like wait, what's that? Oh, Earthquake, like Don't leave this New Magic Wand, Running Out of Time. I mean, this album is packed with hits, man. This is one of his greatest albums in my opinion, alright? So yeah, 8 out of 10. Not a bad album. Great album right here. Michael Jackson, Bad, 9 out of 10. This was a great album right here. Speed Demon, the self-titled track, Bad. Smooth Criminal. Listen, Michael Jackson got hits, man. He got hits. We can talk about this man forever. And I even like the Bad music video. I really like Michael's acting in that video right there. This is an amazing album. He got jams, people. He got jams. Goodbye and Good Riddance. It was a solid album to me. This came out during the like SoundCloud emo rap era that was still popping off, that was still going crazy in 2018. Well, okay, so not just 2018, but 2016 and 2017. Goodbye and Good Riddance. Now look, It has its moments. It has some bangers. All Girls Are the Same, Armed and Dangerous, and Lucid Dreams, people. Lucid Dreams. It's sad that Juice WRLD's not here anymore to give us some banger songs. I mean, he's still there, but that was from his record label. That was tracks that released after he passed away. Oh, and I cannot forget the track. Lane with me, pop with me, get high with me if you rock with me. Oh, come on. That track is a banger. That's a banger right there. He made a hit. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD. Solid album right here. It was really good. It was really good. After Hours by The Weeknd. This is an 8 out of 10 right here. Now, I know this album released during the pandemic, but it's got some hits, man. It's got bangers. Blinding Lights, Heartless, Save Your Tears, and the self-titled track, After Hours. Oh, wait, and we cannot forget about Come on, y'all know that song. Great album, Abel. It was a really great album right here. Let's Start Here by Lil Yachty. 7 out of 10. Now, it's not a bad album, but I do think it is one of Lil Yachty's best albums in my opinion. After a few years of him like popping off, he started to get better and better with music. Let's Start Here has some great moments like The Black Seminole, Drive Me Crazy, We Saw the Sun. Let's see. What else? And Say Something. That was a really good song too. But yeah. Let's Start Here. Great album, Yachty. Very good. To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. Amazing album, Kendrick. Still one of his best albums to this day. Wesley's Theory, King Kutha, Alright. This album is packed with so many bangers. And we cannot forget that track, This Dick Ain't Free. Alright, that's enough of me talking. That's enough of me rambling. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, The Off Season by J. Cole. I think this might be one of his best works yet. So many memorable moments on this album. Let's see, 95 South, the track to start off the album. My Life featuring 21 Savage, and look, 21 Savage is rapping his ass off on this track. And then we got Maury as the vocals. Like, yo, this album, that was a great song. Pride is the Devil. Lil Baby is rapping his ass off, just like 21 Savage. But Lil Baby went even more crazier on his verse. We also have tracks like Amari, Applying Pressure, and Punching the Clock. This is 7 out of 10. Hey, not bad, but I think this might be one of his best albums they've ever released. Speaking of best albums, 2014 Forest Hill Drives. Put it up next to The Off Season. This album, it got hits. It got bangers. Like Don't Save Her, No Role Models, Wet Dreams. Even that hard ass track, that hard ass instrumental. A Tale of Two Cities. And we cannot forget Love Yours. Put it on the list as one of his greatest songs yet. Mr. Morale and The Big Stepper. Bam. Right there. Now, I'm not saying this album's bad, but it has some great tracks, alright? You gotta admit. I mean, some people will call this one of his worst albums. I think it's a great album. You have tracks like N95, and my personal favorite, Rich Spirit. Father Time, Count Me Out, The Heart Part 5, and what everybody calls the most controversial song on this album, Antidiaris. This is still a great album, y'all. I don't know why some people say this is worst album. I think this is another example of how to make great albums. This is one of his best albums right here. Along with To Pimp a Butterfly, by the way. Honestly, Nevermind, 4 out of 10. This album was not good. Listen, the only reason this album's even memorable is because of that 21 Savage feature. That's it. The rest of this album's just really forgettable. Lil Pump by Lil Pump. 6 out of 10. Hey, not a bad album there. Even though some of the beats sound the same, some of the lyrics might be repeated. This was Lil Pump at his peak like way before he fell off. He was dropping banger after banger after banger. I mean, Gucci Gang, Boss, that song with Rick Ross that nobody remembers. It's still a solid album. Oh, but unfortunately, as the years gone on, his music has been getting a lot worse and a lot less attention. Maybe because we're not in the SoundCloud era anymore. Maybe because it's not the late 2010s anymore. But this was still a solid album right here. It was okay for what it was. Not bad, but it was okay in my opinion. Graduation by Kanye West. I love this album right here. I still think this is one of his best albums to this day. Graduation is still one of his best albums. I mean, come on, y'all. We cannot stop listening to Flashing Lights, alright? Good Morning, Stronger, I Wonder, The Good Life featuring T-Pain. This album is packed full of great songs right here. And that's the saddest part for me, because even though I think Kanye West is a great rapper, I think he's a great artist, the man needs some help. He needs some serious help right about now. Or is it too late for that? Tattletales by Tekashi 6ix9ine. Trash. If you don't get your ass out of here with this that's all, folks. Looney Tune Porky Pig looking ass cover right here. Not only that, but the songs are really forgettable. They are not that great at all. Especially Nicki's feature on Trolls. Her verse was not that great. It was very boring in my opinion. This was some garbage right here, and I would not recommend anybody to listen to this album ever. Astroworld by Travis Scott. Bam. Might be one of his best albums that he's ever released. I mean, other than Sicko Mode, which I'm pretty sure that's a lot of y'all's favorite song off the album. My favorite song off this album is not just Sicko Mode, but Butterfly Effect. I like the instrumental. I like Travis Scott's crazy and smooth rapping. Can I even say that? And all in all, just a great album in my opinion. And I really feel bad about what happened at Astroworld. I don't think that should have never happened in the first place, but it did. I'm talking about the Astroworld Festival, especially the track that started off the album. I be stargazing. Especially that line about there's no injuries. Yeah, that's not gonna come back to bite you in the ass or nothing. For All the Dogs, mid-album right here. Album gets a 5 out of 10 from me. The only two songs that I liked from this album was 8 AM at Charlotte and First Person Shooter. Even though First Person Shooter has that line that didn't age well and started a whole rap beef a year later. Meanwhile, the other tracks are either just straight up terrible or really forgettable. Like that Rich Baby Daddy song with SZA and Sexy Red. Sexy Red, one of the most controversial rappers out here in my opinion. And then we have another Late Night featuring Lil Yachty, which sounds like a Lil Yachty song, only for Lil Yachty just mess his own song up. And then we have that track with 21 Savage, which sounds like a leftover from Her Loss. Yeah, overall this album was very mid in my opinion. Speaking of Her Loss, I take this as a better album right here. Now it's not great, but it is better than For All the Dogs. Let's see if I can name some memorable tracks from this album. Rich Flex, On BS, Spin About You, Circa Loco. Yeah, that's pretty much all the albums I can remember from this album right here. Everything else is just pretty forgettable or just straight up garbage. Okay, let's move on from Drake and go to SZA with Sauce. This was a great album in my opinion. I really liked this album, especially the track Snooze, where I like her singing very much on this album right here. Even the calm, like chill, laid back beat that's playing in the background. I even like the tracks Good Days, I Hate You, and yeah, Kill Bill. I even like the deluxe version, especially that track 30 for 30 with Kendrick Lamar. I mean, if you go on my playlist, you can find that song on there. I'm not kidding. Speaking of Kendrick Lamar, oh wait, do we have another Kendrick album? G and X. Now, if you see my review, you already know what I thought about this album. I thought this album was amazing right here. So many great tracks, man. Peekaboo, Luther, Reincarnated, Squabble Up, and what's that other song? TV Off is also one of my favorite songs on this album right here. The Life of Pablo. Now listen, the only two tracks I can remember is Father Stretch My Hand and No More Parties in LA. Two goated songs right there. Y'all should go listen to that. The Spider-Verse soundtrack. Give this a 7 out of 10. We are never gonna get anything like this ever again. This is a once in a lifetime thing. You just had to be there when this album dropped. Not only that, but a soundtrack to a really awesome movie. People. You had tracks like What's Up Danger, Scared of the Dark, Hide, let's see, and Sunflower. All those great tracks right there. Sunflower, What's Up Danger, Scared of the Dark, and Hide. 4 great tracks from the album right here. So Much Fun by Young Thug. I like this album. This album was really fun, no pun intended. We got Hot, featuring Gunna and Travis Scott. The Nun Dun, featuring J. Cole and Travis Scott. 2 Travis Scott features on the same album. No, Young Thug and Travis Scott should drop a collab album together at this point. Escape by Michael Jackson. 6 out of 10. Now look, this is music that released 5 years after Michael's death. This was the album that I heard on the radio. Well, not the album, but I heard like 2 tracks off the album that got radio play. That's probably another reason how I discovered Michael Jackson. So the only memorable tracks I can name are Chicago, Escape, and Love Never Felt So Good. I even like Slave to the Rhythm. Michael's like trying to rap, like his fast singing, the fast beat that's going on. But overall, that's really about that's really the only tracks I can go over from this album right here. Not a bad album. Even after he died, he's still killing it. Love is Rage 2 by Lil Uzi. Now look, not a bad album, y'all. It's got some bangers. The Way Life Goes in 20 Minutes. And then we have XO Life Tour. Still one of his best songs to this day. Scorpion by Drake. 5 out of 10. Now look, it's got some bangers. It's got some bangers. Like Mob Ties, Nice for What, God's Plan, one of his most successful songs on the album, and In My Feelings. I remember back in, listen, we all remember back in 2018 when that song was trending everywhere on Instagram and everybody was doing the In My Feelings challenge where they jumped out of the car and started dancing. 2018, folks, what a time to be alive. KOD, 6 out of 10. The only reason this track is even memorable is because of the track ATM, Count Up, Count Up, Count Up, Count It, and that 1985 track where he's taking shots at all the new rappers that were coming up at the time. You know, like Lil Pump, Lil Xan, Trippie Redd, Smoke Perp. That's the only reason this album's even memorable. It's because of ATM and the track 1985 Into the Fall Off. Section 80. Section 80, this is where you going. The album that introduced us to Kendrick Lamar and what he could really do. Now look, there's only 2 tracks that I can name off this album. ADHD and No Makeup. Listen, No Makeup is one of my favorite tracks from this album right here.
I love the way you put it on your eyes.
Nothing to Prove 2. I mean, wait, is it Nothing to Prove 2? Or a Little Boat 2? Yeah, I think it's titled Little Boat 2. I'm giving this a 5 out of 10. Now, there are some memorable moments like NBA Youngboy and one of my favorite tracks off this album, 66 featuring Trippie Redd. 2 very good songs right here. What is this I'm doing with my hand, with my fingers, my thumb? I don't know. Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. Bam! Right there up with Bad. This whole album is a straight up vibe. You got bangers like Mad City, Backseat Freestyle, that track with Dr. Dre, The Recipe, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. This is an amazing album, y'all. Y'all gotta go listen to it. If you haven't, go listen to it. Coloring Book by Chance the Rapper might be one of his best mixtapes he's ever released. Even that fire ass song that we are still playing today. Can't play the full song because you know I'm gonna get copyrighted. And it's crazy how he released this without a record label. No record label, and it went #1. Chance made history. Utopia by, I was about to say by Chance the Rapper, by Travis Scott, people. I would never thought I see both Travis Scott and Beyonce on the same album. None of us would have never thought about that. Not just that, but I also like the features from SZA, Drake. I even like the track Finn with Playboi Carti. K-pop might be the weakest song on Utopia. Now, I'll give it to Bad Bunny. He's rapping his ass off, but I cannot understand a word he's saying. Take Care by Drake. Now, this album got its moments. Might be one of his best work. Might be one of his best albums. Crew Love featuring The Weeknd is still one of the best songs off this album, including Take Care featuring Rihanna, and the song Headlines still goes crazy today, people.
I might be too strung out on compliments, overdosed on confidence, started not to give up and stop fearing the consequence.
Now I could go on, but unfortunately that's gonna be hold on. One more album, y'all. One more album. Damn. By Kendrick Lamar. I never thought I would hear Rihanna rap on a Kendrick Lamar track. That rhymes. She gives a great performance on Loyalty. Even got other great tracks on here like Humble, DNA, and Pride. I don't think I have a problem with Kendrick Lamar's discography at all. This man, whatever he drops, it's a banger. He don't, when his next album comes out, he don't have to do any promotion for it because we already know it's a day one, people. It's a day one. Oh wait, hold on, another album I forgot to. Last one, I promise. The Black Panther soundtrack. This was a really good album right here. Everybody gave a great performance, including Kendrick Lamar, especially Kendrick, because he was mostly on most of the tracks on this album right here. I like SZA singing on All the Stars, especially that one line that everybody's still talking about today. King's Dead. J-Rock and Future went crazy on that track, alright? And then we have Pray For Me, featuring both The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar must be a really big Black Panther fan. But yeah, back to what I was saying, The Weeknd, Pray For Me, featuring Kendrick Lamar. That's still a great song to this day, y'all. I still bump that song to this day. Even the self-titled track, Black Panther, where Kendrick is just going crazy on his verse. Baby on Baby featuring, no, that's it, I'm done. I'm finished, y'all. We are done here. This video is already long enough. I've been recording for about an hour now, and I do not want to waste any more of your time, so that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. What do you think of my tier list, people? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications if you're new here. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. Subscribe to my gaming channel. I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time you're watching this. And like I said at the beginning, I know I'm going to get roasted for this video right here. I already know it's coming. But, hey, it's my opinion. This is a tier list that I created. Now, if you want to make your own tier list, go right ahead, people. But, we are done. Have a nice day. I'll see you all in the next video. 2 videos right here. I don't even know what that was. 2 videos right here for you to go check out yourself. I'm gonna get out here. I just heard my dad open the garage. I gotta go help him with the groceries real quick. Have a nice day.